Luca. I live on the second floor. I stay upstairs from you. Yes, I think I've seen you here before. If you hear something late at night, some type of trouble, some type of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. How many of y'all know that song? I had to dig that out of the archives. Luca. It was a song about domestic violence. And that's real. Yo, sports. So I got all kind of comments, and I tried to put a video up earlier today, but it hasn't posted yet. But I wanted to have some reactions to some of what you guys are saying, or asking me to do videos on who's my choice. Uh, I said in that video that my choice is the Patriots and the Packers, and Patriots win. That's my choice for the Super Bowl. But some of you were like the Broncos. Who's the Broncos? Who's the Broncos quarterback? Because I was like, nah, I don't think the Broncos are gonna. But they're 3-1. Who's their quarterback? You know, people are like Patriots aren't gonna go. They're 2-2. I'm like, eh. But Tom Brady, you know. And I say it again, they may not go this year, but the year that they do go and win, Tom Brady retires. So there's that. Some of you also said go Raiders, and one guy was like, yo, the NFL hates the Raiders. I just, okay. The Raiders, the Raiders owner was into some shady business. That dude, he's dead now. He was shady. And the reason why the NFL, I don't know if they so called hate the Raiders, but the Raiders were not, the Raiders were, listen, in the 70s, the Raiders were like, yeah, you know, you were looking at the Raiders like, you know, they could do something. 70s, 80s, you know, but up towards, you know, 90s, and then it's just, no. And then you start noticing all the players who were on their way out went to the Raiders. It was the last team that you go to before you're on your way out. It's like people knew you were on your way out when you went to the Raiders. You know, and they were good players. I mean, Nomni Asamoah, I think he played for the Raiders. Uh, Shoot, one of my favorite running backs, Marcus Allen, he played for the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, Howie Long. See, when Howie Long was playing for the Raiders, they had a big name. You know, Oakland was doing their thing. But they had so many shady dealings, and the fans were known for literally cutting you. The fans would just, you know, they were known for coming to the game with knives and just, you know, you're rooting for the other team. You had one of the other team jerseys on. You might run into a fan that, you know, ain't too partial to that. Ain't liking that shirt you got on. Next thing you know, you in a scrap. And you got cut up. You need some stitches on your face. Never look the same again. That has happened in a Raiders game. See, the Eagles fans are just known for beating you up. Philadelphia fans are known for they'll just beat you up. They'll just punch you and knock you out. That's what they're known for. Raiders fans are known for stabbing you. Yeah, I'm going to cut you. That's what they're known for. I'm sorry. So yeah, the NFL has had some issues with the Raiders, and it's just like nobody was looking at the Raiders favorably pretty much after Howie Long. Okay, nobody was looking at them favorably, like, yeah. But when Howie was there, they made a good run for it, you know. Uh, so I can't say that I've always not liked the Raiders, because that's not true. But for a long time, I didn't like them, you know, because simply because not because of the team, It's because of the unsportsmanlike conduct. They were known for being a dirty team, but the Raiders themselves, like the organization, I wasn't like I just hate that organization. I was looking at some of the players like y'all just dirty. And then when they started getting players that I liked, I was looking at the Raiders differently. I was like, okay, I want to see this person, this do this, that, and the third. Even though I knew they were on their way out. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of players who were on their way out playing for the Raiders. Then they started making a name for themselves back in when the 2000s hit. They started coming back up, and they started being a threat. And then, of course, now, last season they went 12-3. So somebody saying, "No, the Raiders ain't going to the NFL because the NFL hates them." I'm going to say that I just can't see the Raiders winning an NFL within the next 5 years, and then a Super Bowl within the next 5 years. I just can't see it. I don't care how good. What is the Christian boy? What's his name? Is Derek Carr or something like that? I don't know. Whoever the dude is, I can't. I just can't see that happening. So I just wanted to throw some stuff out there. I can't see the Broncos going at all. Some of this I've already said in my other video. Here comes the wind. And but I wanted to just pick apart and go in depth on why I feel the way I do about some of the teams that are being mentioned. The Eagles are 5-1. Philadelphia is 5-1. So right now they're killing it. They're one of you said, yeah, you think the Eagles are gonna go. The Eagles haven't won since Donovan Bailey, right? Am I right? Donovan Bailey's the last one. They take the Eagles to a Super Bowl, and they was when they were killing it big time. Uh, I'm still looking at Pittsburgh doing something 3-2, but they always have a hard time with the Ravens. Ravens 3-2, you know. Pats 2-2, and you guys are looking at Alex Smith and his crew, and you guys already know what I think about that. Even though they're 5-1, we've seen this from them before, and then all of a sudden, first round of the playoffs, boom, they're done. So, it's like all that all that guff you had at the beginning of the season, coming to mid-season, boom. Next thing you know, you're hitting the mouth. Dallas, what, 2-3 or something like that? 2-2, 2-3. They don't have their running back. Ezekiel Elliott out of Ohio State. He ain't not going to do nothing. What other teams did you guys mention? You guys mentioned a couple other teams, I think. But the Packers. You guys already know how I feel about Rodgers. I think he's the second best quarterback in the league. Third best quarterback in the league. My favorite is Cam Newton. I think they're like 4-1 or something like that. But Cam is my favorite quarterback. But he may not be the best quarterback, but he's my favorite quarterback. The best quarterback, obviously, is Tom Brady. Next, you're going to put Aaron Rodgers in there. And then, Cam Newton, to me, he is a first-tier quarterback. Alex Smith is not. One of you ran down a whole list of names of pretty much second and third-tier quarterbacks like Matt Ryan. Then you went to the quarterback. You mentioned Teddy Bridgewater will never win a Super Bowl. I agree. Then you mentioned who else did you mention out of that? Oh, you mentioned Matthew Stafford. I can never see Matthew Stafford winning a Super Bowl. I can't. Is Sanu still playing for them? Mohamed Sanu? That dude's crazy. So I can't see Matthew Stafford winning one. Matt Ryan, I can't see him winning, even though he did go. Shoot. And there was a couple other names you threw in there, but I agree with that whole list. I just can't see those guys ever winning one. Some of those guys are going to be like Dan Marino. They're going to be good, but they're just never going to get a ring. Anyways, it's your boy Tone 202, man. God loves you. Get saved.